Greetings, scholars. I want to take a few moments to go over some important parts of the syllabus to make sure we're all on the same page. As you can see, I have the syllabus open and we are starting with the grading section, as this is one of the most important sections of the syllabus. So be sure to read over this and understand how your grade will be calculated. As you can see, we have the breakdown of all of your assignments. In addition, we have what your final grading scale will be at the end of the course. So as you can see, it will be out of 1,000 points. You'll be able to look at your points on Blackboard and see where you fall to see which grade corresponds with your number of points. Let's look at the chapter homework assignments. Each chapter that we do, there will be dynamic study modules. These modules can range anywhere from 1 to 3 based on the content of the chapter, but dynamic study modules are an excellent way to reinforce learning. Of course, I recommend that you do the reading first because you will find it a lot easier to move through these questions. If not, it's going to take you a very long time to complete them because you're going to be guessing at what those answers should be. So always do your reading first. But with your dynamic study modules, as long as you complete them in full, you will get the full credit because it's going to allow you to keep working on the problem until you get it correct. Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to go to Blackboard. So we're in Blackboard. We're here on the home page here. So I'm going to come over to Pearson, My Lab, and Mastering. If this is your first time clicking on this, you're going to have to register with your access code before you gain access, but I have already done that, so you can see it took me right to the home page. I'm going to click on this so you can see all of our homework assignments for this week. Again, always look at your syllabus to see what we'll be working on. But let's look at Chapter 1. I'm going to click on Chapter 1. Chapter 1 has 3 dynamic study modules, so I'm going to complete all 3 of these to get the full credit. Let's start with the first one. It opened in my other window, so let's bring it over here. All right, so these are our dynamic study modules. Which of the following is the best definition of a gross national product? I have no idea because I didn't do my reading, so I'm just going to randomly pick something. As you can see, I click on it once. It says I am unsure, which I am. So the total quality of goods and services provided by the economic system during a given period. So I'm going to leave it at that and say I'm unsure and hit submit. I was wrong. As you can see up here, we have a light green or a faded green bar here. You're not done until all of these bars are a solid green. So let's try the next question. Which of the following best describes an economic system? I'm going to click on this and say I am sure. I double clicked it to say that. Hit submit. Now I am correct. As you can see, I have one solid green bar here, which means I have completed one of the 20 questions per dynamic study module. So you keep working through these until you get all these bars are a solid green. That's how you know you're done. If you stop in the middle of them, you're not going to get the full point. You want to keep going until all of these are a solid green. So as you can see, if you have done the reading first, it's going to make these questions a lot easier to answer. I'm back on the home page for the textbook site. So since we're here, I've already shown you the homework, so that's going to repeat for each chapter. But now I want to show you the video case because this is also one of our assignments. So I'm going to click on here. See, there are 5 questions. I click on the first one. And let's bring it over. Here's the video. I click on the video. Again, you saw it was 6 minutes and 48 seconds. I do that. I answer the 5 questions. Those are pretty straightforward. Let's jump back to the syllabus. So I've done my homework. Again, the video cases are pretty straightforward, so you can see that there. But let's go up to the quizzes. My recommendation is that you read first. You do your chapter homework assignments. You do the video case. That's going to best prepare you to take your quiz. As you can see, we have the instructions for our quiz. It says they're going to be in Blackboard, so let's go back to Blackboard so I can see that. Blackboard here. From the left-hand column, I'm going to click on quizzes. We see our syllabus quiz, which again is extra credit based off the information in the syllabus. So I'm going to click on this and then I'm going to start it and keep going. With the exception of the syllabus quiz, you can take every quiz twice. Your highest score will count. And remember, I will drop your lowest score at the end of the semester. Keep in mind, there are no late submissions for quizzes. Let's go back to the homework because I forgot to point that out. So let's go back here. There are late submissions accepted only for the chapter homework. So if you click on this in the instructions right here, I forgot to point this out. Again, it's 10% per day from the final score. So you do not have to ask me if you can have an extension. Just make sure you get it done within 10 days of the due date, right? Because 10% each day after 10 days, that's 100%. So it's not going to be worth any points. So make sure you're paying attention to the due dates. Another thing I want to point out in the syllabus is the section here for grade grievances. Keep in mind that it's your responsibility to monitor your grades and let me know if there are any discrepancies. So always, always, always check your grade in Blackboard. It's going to be updated at least once per week. More than likely more than that, but always know how you're doing in the course. At the beginning of each week, so every Wednesday, I want to update you and let you know how many points you should have, because Blackboard does not always keep an accurate total. So I will let you know what to measure your points against for that previous week. But if there are any issues, as it says here, you have 1 week after the due date to let me know. Bring those issues to my attention so that we can get them fixed. Please do not wait until the end of the semester and say X, Y, and Z happened during week 1, and that's the reason why my grade is what it is. You should always be watching your grades and let me know of any issues immediately. If we keep scrolling down, we'll have our course schedule. So again, we're starting on Wednesday, week 1. We start immediately. So make sure you have your access code. You can get free access for 2 weeks, but look at everything that's due. So keep your syllabus handy to make sure you're checking off the things that are required for you that each week. So you make sure you're staying on top of things and completing your assignments as they come due. Keep in mind your test dates. So we have the first one July 10th, the second one on July 24th, and then the last one on August 14th. So make sure you put these dates in your calendar, these time frames, because I do not make exceptions for tests. So make sure if there's any conflicts that you let me know immediately so we can get those fixed for the rest of the semester. I wish you all the best. I'm sure you will do well. Do not hesitate to let me know if there's any issues so that we can get them fixed.